Hello everyone, this is AJ. Welcome back to AJ's Movie Place. I've got another retro movie review for you today, that being Child's Play 2. So let's talk about this film. Okay, so obviously very soon we've got the Chucky TV series starting, so I thought why not revisit the films that this has spun off of and give my thoughts on each film, review them, and maybe at the end do a ranking. Why not? Makes sense. So this is Child's Play 2. Now, this film came at us in 1990. Here in the UK, we actually got it on January the 11th of 1991. The film was rated 15 and runs for 1 hour 24 minutes. The film was directed by John LaFia and written by Don Mancini, who's the guy who created the Chucky character. He's the architect of the Child's Play series, and he is involved with the TV series as well, upcoming. So this film sees the return of Alex Vincent as Andy Barclay. Jenny Agutter stars as Joanne Simpsons. Now, Jenny Agutter's a very famous actress. The Railway Children, American Werewolf in London. She's most recently appeared in a couple of the Marvel films in cameo appearance. Very famous actress. Jarrett Graham plays Phil Simpson, and Christina Ellis plays Kyle. Now, she is a relatively well-known actress in her own right, in that she's been in Beverly Hills 90210, and she is actually appearing in some episodes of the new Chucky TV series as well, which has got me very excited because it looks like the Chucky TV series is taking a leaf out of the Cobra Kai TV series, where it's a follow-on from the film series and takes elements and bring characters back, proper actresses and actors back from that, and plop it back in. Alex Vincent himself is in a few episodes as well, so looking good. So this film had a budget of $13 million and went on to gross a relatively healthy $36 million at the worldwide box office. So a return for them. Obviously horror films are generally relatively cheap to make, and you get a decent return on them. So yeah, so this film, it catches up with the character of Andy Barclay, again played by Alex Vincent. A short time after the events of the first film, his mother is nowhere to be seen. She's been put into psychiatric care because no one believes her about the incident with the doll. They think she's doolally, and he's been put into sort of foster care. And he gets fostered by Jenny Agutter and Jarrett Graham. Now the film opens with a scene in the toy factory that makes the dolls, the Good Guy Doll Toy Factory. The remains of Chucky have made their way back to there, and they remake the doll essentially using the old components, the surviving sort of skeletal structure of the old doll, the metallic skeletal structure of the skull and that, and thusly this is how Chucky comes back. Chucky again is voiced by Brad Dourif, always voiced a fantastic actor in his own right, and very good with the Chucky doll voice. So he manages to obviously find out where Andy's staying, and thusly integrates himself into that home. There is already a Chucky doll there, by a different name, but he dispatches of, gets rid of berries, smashes its face in berries, and takes place of that doll. And then, and the same sort of occurrences happen. Now, Christine Ellis plays Kyle, who's an older child within this foster home, who sort of teams up with Andy to take on Chucky in the latter part of the film, when she becomes aware that the doll is genuine and that. The film culminates in the third act culminates in a fight between Chucky and them within the toy factory, the Chucky toy factory itself. So that's the basic premise of the plot. Quick rundown. So what did I think of this film? Okay, so I haven't seen this film for a long time. I mean, probably going back 25 years or something like that since I last watched the first 3 Chuckies at least. So it was enjoyable. It was good. I'd forgotten about the casting of Jenny Agutter, so that took me by surprise that she was in it. She is killed off, obviously, about halfway through the film. I felt that was a very wasted opportunity, that her death occurred off-screen for such a sort of prolific actress. That was a bit sort of a letdown in a sense. The first half of the film, or the first 2/3 of the film, first 2 acts at least, sort of tread the same sort of territory as the first film. There's a lot of this disbelief around Andy Barclay and what he's seeing from the parents, from the foster parents. So it's treading the same ground. It becomes kind of sort of like, I've seen this before sort of territory. So a bit boring to watch in that sense. But the final act is very, very good in the factory. The puppetry for the Chucky himself was fantastic. Definitely a step up on the first film. Obviously this film had a bit of a bigger budget, and technology probably had moved forward slightly in that time, and they'd learnt things on the first film that they put into this film. There's certainly scenes where it doesn't feel like it's a little person running around in a suit like the first film had, although there probably is that in it in a couple of scenes, but for the most part it's puppetry, and it is very good. The acting from Alex Vincent, again, is, top notch as a child actor. Jenny Agutter, she's doing some sort of an American accent in the film, and it does drop at times, especially a scene where she's reading a story to Andy in bed. Her English comes out, so I think that'd have been better suited, just keeping her with her English accent. It would have made no difference to the story whatsoever. Christine Elise was very good as Kyle. Yeah, the start of the film had some questionable acting in that it had that sort of American corporate greed type structure scenes at the start, where you got the toy bosses and all that sort of thing. The acting there was a bit ropey, but it doesn't take long to get out of that and into the main cast of characters. So it was a fun ride. It was enjoyable. Yeah, like I said, you're crossing the territory again of the same stuff that you've seen at the beginning, and that was an issue to me. But once you get into the final act, it became very good. Brad Dourif's fantastic as Chucky, as the voice of Chucky. A lot of fun to watch. He would have made a fantastic Joker. Even voicing a Joker in animation, I don't know if they ever done that. Why wouldn't they do that? He's very good. So yeah, it's not a bad film. It's an enjoyable film, enjoyable second entry into the Child's Play franchise, and worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Yeah, so anyway, that's my review for Child's Play 2. It's up there with the first one. It's just as good, I suppose. Not much worse, at least. Not to say the first one's bad. It's not. They're sort of on the same sort of level. Yeah, enjoyable 90 minutes or 84 minutes. So I'm going to watch Child's Play 3 next. This will be an interesting one because here in the UK that film was actually banned after release, which I'll get into in the next video. It was due to real life crimes that caused the film to be banned. But anyway, so this is AJ. I'm shooting off. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button just down below. Leave me a comment if you so wish. Give me a thumbs up. All that sort of stuff. And come and join me on Facebook. AJ's Movie Place, same name as what's here. And Instagram. So anyway, I'm getting away, and I shall see you all later. Take care all, and goodbye.